that's all. Happy New Year, hope you've had a good one and a very Merry Christmas. I've managed to get some painting done, so let's dive straight in. I think we'll start with the snake. So I've done the same marble effect I've done on the Chariot and several other pieces. So dark green, like a blue green, probably just dark green to be honest, I wouldn't say it's that blue. Dark green, baby wipe over, airbrushed white ink. Yeah, that marbling effect. And obviously gone over with a gloss varnish. So, done that. I've added some gold. Same antique gold mixture I've done on everything else. That's pretty good to go. That's waiting for oil washes now. Got to shade the gold a little, but should probably do that with oils because it's not very large. And then the Chariot. So I put a bit of shading in with some contrast paints. Blue and a green, I can't remember one. Oh, it's Pterodon turquoise and Leviathan blue or something like that. Same as what I've done on other models. I've just shot them up in the corner. I've also put some transparent burnt umber in before that as well. That's where that orange look comes from. Obviously then these are just done on the recesses, but from there I think that'll be quite nice for shading. I've done it under all of there as well. So I'm quite happy with that. I also put a tiny bit, but not much, just round here, just the green. Or the Pterodon turquoise, because I think it shows up as a bit of a reflection of the green floor. I think anyway. Still got to go in and do the detailing around here, like the cloth work and all that jazz. But I'm fairly happy with where that's at the moment. So, well done. More on the Chariot, we have these two. So, I've done the armour on both these. Well, not done it, but I've airbrushed the silver. So I'll put a lighter colour silver, sprayed some dark colours into some of the shadows like underneath. That was Payne's Grey. And then added all the gold. Gold hasn't been shaded at all. I've done a tiny bit on here I suppose, but I was just playing around just to see what contrast paint looks like for shading. Looks quite well. So the skin on this one, as you'll notice, is different. That's because I went back and redid it because I just was not happy with how it was, and the scars needed doing, so it needed to be done. So what I did is I did a mixture from the new Chimera paint set, which you don't have to hand at the moment, but they've got a few mixtures of different skin tones, and this is one of them. And I just put a few glazes over. Wasn't very happy with where I got it to, and I kind of call it quits with, because you could be there forever mixing with those paints. They're so cool, but I just call it quits. And what I did was put a Fire Slayer flesh over the top because my blends just weren't how I liked them, and instead of thinning down one of the base mixtures just to knock it all back, I kind of wanted to do it with Fire Slayer flesh. Just used it as a glaze. It brought everything together, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I don't know if it's going to show any of the scars on there. Oh, yeah, there you go. The scars I just did with a bit of lighter flesh. Yeah, my first go at doing, I suppose, still my first go, however you want to say it. This is my first model that I've done dark skin tones on, so a good datum point to work on, I think. Obviously we've got the Middle Eastern skin tones I've tried with contrast paints, but that's more of like African darker skin. I'm quite happy with that. Next one be, oh, I'm not sure if I did this last time, but I've got a lot of the gold done on the powder, the little sunscreen for Glutos. So that's where we're at with that. I'm pretty much at the stage where I just need to start shading gold now on a lot of the models. Do need to do some more silver work on Glutos, but that'll all come. What's next? I've done a tiny bit of shading So on the back of the legs and everything of Syll'Esske. So I'm fairly happy with how that looks now, because it was looking very plain. And now I think it just has that little oomph to it, which I always think it was missing. So I think I'm good to start work on the silver on that, and then the axe needs to be done, which obviously silver work. I think we're good to go to glue that onto them then, and I'm going to call it quits. Again, it's not going to be anything special, it's just I want it done. Might have to go in with a bit of red, not red, not rock and flesh shade, Carenberg Crimson, and just glaze that into some of the recesses. Hopefully that'll bring it up to where I want it to. Now let's go Sigvald. So I've applied the gold onto the little design of the cloak, so the little bits of the cloak, and obviously that needs to be shaded because that's just a flat gold. Looks nice, but it is still just a flat gold. So I'm going to go in with a bit of brown ink and just put some shadows in there, and that'll be good to put on the model. I've also gone and done a lot of work on Sigvald. A lot of work. I've neatened up the gold, gone around, just done a bit of neatening up. I've done the bands on the back of his legs. I missed a bit of skin there, which I've now added. Then had to neaten up that bit of gold. I mean, problem with neatening up gold is showing you what was there before is not possible, but you have to take my word, I've cleaned bits up. Also started doing a bit of work on the sword, putting some light spots. So painted it all steel, dark aluminium with a bit of silver in the centre, and then I glazed Payne's Grey FW ink into the shadows, and I really got it nice on this side. So what I might do is I might go back and try to copy this on that side, because I think that just looks a touch nicer. It's not so bad this side, but I think like here, I think if I just neaten that little bit up there, maybe, yeah, just neaten that up, I think would be good. I've then gone and put a line of silver down there, bottom and the side. The bottom I've kept pretty dark because I don't want it to be reflecting too much light. I want it to be focused on the top of the sword. But I think now, with the exception of the sword, which can be done at any point, I think I'm onto oils with Sigvald, because I've also got, oh, gems. That's what I need to do next, is gems, then oils. Now, you might recognise this is similar-ish, not as good quality, but similar-ish to Vince Ventrella's Hobby Cheating Mirrored Shield. You can search for that. Cracking video to watch. And kind of copied what he done. So it's reflecting a load of trees. It took a little while to do. Not as long as you'd think, actually. You get very Bob Ross with it. I did draw a couple of designs and kind of rested on the fact that I just liked the one that Vince did. So if I... What, it even stays there? Brilliant. So that's how that's going to look. And if we get really lucky, I might even be able to do that. Put him on his base. Have a try. I think we're doing good so far. No. Oh, the thing just doesn't want to stay. No, it's not going to work. But I'm liking where it's going at the moment. So, what he's doing with that is, like I say, just as with everything else, I need to do the gems, of which there's quite a few on this model. The majority being the, what? 6, 7, 8, 9 on this shield. And then I think he's got a couple on his legs, maybe a couple on his greaves. Let's have a look. Yeah, so he's got one on each greave, one on each side. He's got one in the centre of his chest, 2 at the top. Yeah, it's not too many, but enough. I'm going to do the ore wash on the... I'm really interested by the ore wash on the cuirass. So I'm not sure how it's going to... 100% how it's going to look. I don't know if I've got enough contrast, because it looks very orange from that angle. And quite bright from that. And when you look at it at the front, especially with the size that I've done in matte colours, the contrast paint draws the focus into the front muscles, into the ab muscles, that 6-pack. So I'm hoping that it's enough contrast with the oil paints when it pops each individual muscle out of that cuirass that I won't need to do anymore. If I do, I do. It's not the end of the world. And that should be looking quite nice. I'm really looking forward to getting that done. I do have to go and do some work, like put the bone in, and I've got to oil wash all the stonework. I might go and matte the sides, so that's glossy at the top and then matte the sides. Obviously gold also needs doing as well. And the gold also has a place for a gem, which I didn't notice, so looks like I'll be doing a gem on there as well. Yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. That's what I've been working on over the holes. Hopefully I'll get some more done soon. Work's starting back up this week, so I won't have as much time, but I'm going to crack on. Anyway, cheers for stopping by, guys. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. And if you're new to the show, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Catch you all next time. Bye. Well guys, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Also be sure to check out our Facebook page at Wolfing Studios. The link's in the description. As always, thanks for stopping by. Catch you next time.